Sorry about my kind of tardiness. Traffic kind of sucked today, so I got to get all the lights on and everything, but I'm glad you guys can make it. I appreciate it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to plug my microphone into this while I'm live streaming. I guess we'll find out. Let's get this other phone fired up. So I want to thank Flip for promoting this up. Can't wait to see him coming up. Let's find out if I can get this microphone on here. You guys just have to let me know if you can hear me or not when I put the microphone on. So give me 1 second. So today's topic, we're going to talk about what it takes to set up a show and the behind the scenes, because there's a lot of fun stuff that happens behind the scenes that you guys may not know about, that I kind of do because I've been to a bunch of shows. So let's see if this works. Sorry. Gotta get this all set up. Get it in here. Yeah, traffic was just bad today. So I do apologize. It happens. So let's see if I can get this. I gotta turn this on. Turn this one on. Yeah, that's buttoned up right there. So let's see if this actually works. All right, can you guys hear me through this microphone? You gotta let me know because I just plugged it in because I gotta find my other phone. Leave a comment if you want to leave a comment. Let's see here, all live chats. Welcome, chat. All right, so you can hear me with this microphone now. If you can just let me know. I put this over here. I got to readjust it so I can get this all going. Carol says yes, she can hear me. So if you guys can't hear me, just let me know. I'm going to get this all set up. Oh. I know. Perfect. Let me get my lights going. I'm going to get my chair. Gotta get my chair. 1 second, guys. Shut the door. One second. So let me just get this all going again. All right. 1 second. Let me just get the lights going. Of course, it's taking forever to download. Just one more time. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure. Oh, Mr. Live Chat. Perfect. So if you can just let me know if you guys can hear me. Let's see if I can get this going. Alexa, turn my lights on. Alexa, turn my plants on. That's what I love. I love having everything ready like that. Let me just get my laptop. I know, guys, I'm sorry, I apologize, but traffic sucked. So, all right. So today's topic is what happened, or what it takes to set up a show and the behind the scenes for it. So I've been happy to be a part of Aquatic Experience, Aquashella, the Minnesota Aquarium Society. I've been to a few other shows. And it takes a lot to actually plan these out. Everybody thinks that it's super simple to get these shows going, but it isn't. Sorry, I'm just moving my chairs around, or my tanks. I gotta be able to see what you guys are saying. Whew. Perfect. So, like for Aquatic Experience for the shrimp contest, it actually takes about 8 to 9 months to plan the shrimp contest. The reason behind that is we have a lot of behind the scenes things. You know, we have Dennerley, we have JBJ, and we also had WPA that had to be a part of the decisions that we're doing for the show. So it does take some time to plan it. Let me get my coffee. So I know what Flip is going through when he says he's super frantic trying to plan a show. We, for one, like when we did the international contest, we have to go over and we have to get invites for the overseas Taiwan breeders so they can come over to our show. Let me just make sure I just fire this up. I apologize, guys. I got a super brain fart. Sorry, I'm late. But to plan it, I mean, you got to talk to sponsors, see if it's conducive with what they're doing. I know I work for JBJ as well, and we do the International Shrimp Contest. Me participating in the USA Shrimp Contest could be considered a conflict of interest, but I am a separate entity, the Joe Shrimp Shack, so that's what made it really well for me. But the behind the scenes, I mean, it takes months to plan these shows. You have to get volunteers. You have to get, 1 second. My sump's running dry over here, so I have to unplug it. There. Sorry. This is making a bunch of noise. Take a deep breath. So, and then like, I'm going to these Aquashellas. So Aquashella in Chicago, I have to plan it just right with, I might be helping out Eric Lucas. I might have my own booth there too. Flip is going to talk to Sean about it, about me putting my booth next to him if I do a booth. And then you got to plan what would be best for the show for the viewers that come there, you know, what they're looking for. Because, of course, you want your booth to be successful. You don't want to go there and not sell anything. So you got to make sure you have the right stuff that people will want. And then, you know, you got the YouTube, the FishTube booth, you know, planning that all out. And I know Flip's been spending a lot of time planning that out with Sean and the other group for it to make sure that everybody's has the right time to be there, that the people that come in there are going to be happy with it as well. And I don't know, it's just one of those things where a lot goes into these end consumer shows. Yeah, paid messages and tap. Okay, I'm just looking at all this stuff right now. Oops, 1 second here. Just firing this all up. It is what it is. Sorry about that. Like I'm gonna go and I'm trying to like make sure I have the right stuff. And now with prices of shipping going up, it's super expensive to get products for a retail store. And I know a lot of people are thinking that it's actually the stores trying to make money. It's not actually. It's the shipping companies that are making a ton of money on stuff because we don't have. Perfect. So we don't have the containers, is what they're saying, over in China to bring stuff over to America, and that's why the container prices went up. And that's where it's tough because if I'm going, I need to have supplies brought there. I'm lucky enough where I can drive my product out there, but a lot of people can't do it. So, you know, I offer people if they want to ship it to me, I can drive it out there as well. And I'll bring up some like almond leaves and cholla wood and some neocaradinas. But to plan the show, it takes months and months in advance to plan. And with this pandemic that's actually happening, a lot of the shows are like last minute because we don't know what the city's going to do. We don't know what the state's going to do. Like Orlando, we all, you know, Sean said we're going to have Orlando, but a lot of us didn't know if it was actually going to happen. And then when it was going to happen, we all started planning for it. Kind of like Aquashella, the Chicago one, you know, we had like a month and a half to plan, which, like I said, like when I do my show at like Aquatic Experience, we plan 9 months for it. So this is kind of a short notice show for myself to try and plan, which it's tough trying to get, you know, everything, all the ducks in a row. I have a retail store that I run here, and it's do I shut down my store for the weekend to go to the show? Do I have one of my buddies come here and help me over the weekend? It'd be nice if I had a reliable person when I go to these shows or when I do travel for work, that they can run the store and they can help my customers out. Now let's talk about the behind the scenes. That's the fun part. Everybody knows Rob and I, peanut butter, I'm jelly, so we make a perfect sandwich. I get along with pretty much everybody. I'm a lover, leave it type person. I'm a very blunt person, so I pretty much say what's on my mind. At the Orlando show, it was kind of funny. I love Amanda. She was pregnant. She was stressed out because of the show, because Rob's trying to do the shrimp contest booth. He's doing the fish tube booth. He's doing his booth, which of course, when Rob is going over and trying to do stuff, and Amanda gets stressed out as well. It kind of adds a lot of stress on her, and I don't want her to be stressed out. And I know that they were hungry, and I get to tell the Rice Krispie story. And where we were at the convention center, there's a back hallway, and there's other convention centers next to us, and we're all hungry. And keep in mind, when we're at the show, you're running booths and stuff, you don't have an opportunity to actually leave and go get something to eat. So you pretty much got to sit there, and you got to kind of bear with it unless someone gets food for you. I went back and had to go get something from the back dock, and lo and behold, the convention next to us, they were all done. They were like taking all the stuff out, and they had this huge cart that had Rice Krispie treats on there. And let's see here, let's put it. I'm just reading your door. Went over and they had this big tray of Rice Krispie bars, so I grabbed like 2 or 3, and then I start walking back because I'm starving. I'm a foodie, man. I love to eat, and I go over and I come in there, and Rob needed something for, I can't remember what it was. I think it was a cart or something. I can't remember what he needed for his booth. And he saw this Rice Krispie treat, and I saw it was Amanda, Rob, and his 2 employees there. And I'm like, you know what? They need something to eat. So I said, hey, I know a place that has some Rice Krispie treats, and I'm kind of like the go-to guy. I'll get them for you. So we went back there, and I had a bag, and I confiscated a whole bag of Rice Krispie treats for everybody, so we could sit down and so they could eat them. Because there was no food for us. That's what was sad. Another thing is, like, I'm not like the best in shape type person, but went over and I tell people, like, I'm a little heavier, not really like super heavy, but heavy. Me being out in the heat is like putting bacon in a frying pan. So when it's hot, it kind of affects me a lot. And the rooms, I probably exaggerate and say they're half a mile away. But with all the walking back and forth, it took a while to get to your room or to the convention center. And I always went with Eric Lucas because I got lost there. Like there's no tomorrow. But just the preparation for a show is stressful enough, and then you go there, and you're trying to enjoy the whole entire show as best you can. Like a lot of us that do the shows, we don't get to see the whole show. We see our booth, and we see a couple other people's booths, but we don't get to see like the whole show where you walk in, you start walking around and stuff. We usually have other things to go do. I don't like the aquatic experience when I was doing the international contest. I don't think I saw any other booths. I saw my booth, I saw the JBJ booth, and that was about it. I didn't get a chance to walk around. This one I try to walk around. Usually it's after hours or before the show. I can walk around and go take a look at some stuff. I would like to talk to more of the other fish tubers and the other booths and see what's going on with them. It's just we get super busy. I anticipate that the Chicago show is going to be a lot better. It's a lot more. It's local for me. It's local for some other people, so we can drive there very easily. Rob, if you need help in your booth, like I said, I can close the store early a little bit on Wednesday, and I can drive out there. My hotel's not till Thursday. But no, if you guys have any questions, just shoot these questions while I'm sitting here. I'm kind of out of breath about everything. I'm drinking Nitro Turtle Mocha coffee that get some caffeine, I guess. But let me see, read some of the comments right here. As we stated here, I know the pudding in the show is a billion. Yep, a lot of preparation time. Yeah, and I'm glad it's. I would love to meet every one of my fans. I would love to answer all their questions and help everybody be successful, because I want everybody to be successful in this industry. Going from the first person there to the last person, or someone that's been there for 20 years. I want them to be successful with what they do. Sometimes it's a little disheartening that, is your store open on Wednesdays? Yes, it is. I'm there right now. But it's sometimes I see some stores not really care about their customers, where they just want to sell the product and that's about it. I want everybody to be successful, and I will sell you something that you need, not what you want. This coming Wednesday, or next Wednesday, I will be open. I'll probably, if Rob wants me to leave a little bit early, I will close the store a little bit early. I will post it on my page if I leave early on there. But my anticipation is, like, when I go to the show, I'm going to probably bring some Neocaridina's, some almond leaves, some tissue culture plants. I'll probably bring a lot of tissue culture plants, some cholla wood, just some random stuff here and there. Maybe a few shirts. I'm running out of certain sizes, so I can only get so many out there until my shirt person comes back. Coming out with content too. I know Rob was talking about content, just putting out videos. And it's tough because it's like at the spur of the note, trying to come up with an idea to talk about for an hour, where for the most part, I'm sitting here talking for an hour. I thought with the show coming up, it'd be a great idea. I know we're gonna probably spend a lot more time planning the Dallas, Texas show, just because we know it's gonna be there. We have time to anticipate it. I want to work more with other YouTubers out there if they want to have some collabs. I think that's the best thing, is like if other fish tubers and YouTubers can collab together and do videos or do followings. Like, I talked to Rob about it. I was like, hey Rob, I watch you in the morning coffee with Flip. Why don't I just come on after you? We're all friends. And that's where some people were like, well, I can't believe you and Rob are friends. And we thought it was like a dog eat dog world. I'm like, no, we're all friends. But yeah, I would like to do more more collaboration with the other ones. And also, putting video content together for the shows is tough too. Like, I put one out, and mine is like, I don't do a lot of editing on my videos that I put out there. I kind of do my recordings. I go to my app, I throw it together, put a thumbnail on there, and I launch it out. As time goes by, you guys will probably see the videos get better and better, just because it's like one of those things where as you do more videos, the better it ends up being. I know I have a few members here, for the memberships, which I want to do more videos for them. I'll probably, when I go to Aquashella, I'll probably do a behind the scenes for the members that are there. And if there's anything that you guys want to see, I know someone requested water changes, just like the difference between the Caridinas and the Neos. I know I did one video on the Neos, but I'll do another one on the Caridinas. And this is one of those things where I just want to make you guys happy as the viewers, because you're the ones that I do this video for. So I don't know what else you guys would like to know about. I'm just checking all these messages here. Got my other phone there. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. It's like it was a tight draw today. It was an hour drive, and the thing was, is like, I got behind some of the slowest people on the road. I'm like, all right, they cut in front of someone, they're going to be going fast, and that never happened. Yes, and I will definitely go over and do a Caridina one. It's kind of similar to the Neocaridinas, but I can show you how I do it. I try and put out, Jared, you're awesome too. What's great about this is I talked to Rob, so I do want to bring this up. So I talked to Rob about the Texas USA Shrimp Contest. Now, a lot of people, when they do a shrimp contest, they're in their mindset of, look, I'm not as good as these big breeders, the Grant Eaters, the Joe Shrimp Shacks, the ByParrotShrimp.com, Eric Lucas's. so I'm not going to enter. Now, back in 2017, I could have said the same thing. That, hey, I'm not all these major breeders and stuff. I'm only, almost a year into the industry and that's it. But you know what? I entered one category and I won my category, the Neo Caridina ones. And that's what really got me going on this one. Only 9 months into it, and I beat all these other breeders. Now, at that time, I think there was like 20 people that entered the Neo Caridina. So I beat everybody out in the Neo Caridina category, being only 10 months into it, I think it was. If I can do it, it's something you can do. And it's something where I talk to Flip about. I have a few people in Minnesota that are underage, that are minors, that would like to enter the contest. And I think we're going to be able to go a little bit lower price for the minors to enter the category. It's going to be great because at the Dallas show, we'll have Eric, Lucas, and Grant and myself judging to a point where these other people can enter the contest and not worry about getting beaten out. Me personally, like, if I was new and I beat out one of the better breeders and stuff, I'd be proud of that. I wouldn't be worried about, oh, my shrimp ain't going to compete out and stuff like this. Guess what? It has nothing to do with who you are. It has to do with your shrimp. If you think your shrimp are good quality, enter the contest. I want you to enter the contest. I want to see more people that we haven't seen before enter contests and win categories, and I'll be behind it 110%. If you guys don't know how to ship the shrimp out there and stuff, please contact me. I will tell you how to package up the shrimp, how to ship it there. If you're in Minnesota here, I'm flying out there. You can bring your shrimp to me. I will bring them out there, or I can even help you ship them out there. That's what's best about it. Like, when I did the 2017 contest, I got a hold of a few people. I even got a hold of Grant. And I said, Grant, I'm thinking I'm going to enter this contest. I'm going to do my line of blackberries and everything else. And he gave me some advice. He said, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. And I did a blind scoop and I grabbed some shrimp. And guess what? It worked out for me to a point where it's like, I would love to help you guys. If you guys have questions about your shrimp, if you want to enter the contest, just like Eric would do that, Grant would do that, Rob would do that. We're all here to help you and promote the hobby. So I want to see more people in the Dallas, Texas one as well. What I'm hoping for is 70 tanks full in Dallas. And I will help promote this out too. I want to see 70 tanks filled for Dallas and a lot of newcomers entering in that one. I want to see, I would love it. I would love to see, a 9-year-old that's into shrimp, breeding shrimp, win his category. I would love to see that. I would just be tickled pink about this. And I'll probably interview the kid too. And talk to him about it. So let me read some of these messages right here. What is the best way to show off the shrimp off your tank to get the others? Let's see. What is the best way to show off the show of shrimp off in your tank to get others into the hobby? I have a community tank with Skittles. Hard to find at times, but only 3 separate colors, but no fish. Best way if you want to show people is, like, don't feed them for a few days. And then when you have people coming over, drop a little pellet up front and allow them to come back, allow them to go, come up front. I feed mine twice a week a pellet, and I give some powder food sparingly in the tank to get mine to come out, especially like on Saturday. Saturday is usually really busy for me at the store here, so that's when I drop the pellet in. I agree with the premises having a novice category, an intermediate level, and a professional, then have the top 3 categories final. I think what would be perfect is you could do a novice and you could do a professional, but the problem is like, how do you draw the line? Like the international contest, I had a new award called the Rookie of the Year award. And that was for all the new people that entered the contest. The first time enters that could win this special award. The person that won was from Taiwan, and he was upset that he won the Rookie of the Year because he wasn't necessarily a rookie. He's been doing it for quite a few years over in Taiwan, but this is the first time he entered in the international contest. So he took offense that I gave him a Rookie of the Year award. And I tried to explain it's just because it's your first year at the show here, and that's why. But they didn't see it that way. And they're super all big about awards and what they're winning and stuff for the awards, because that's how they end up selling their shrimp is, I won this award, I won this award, I won this award. For me, the awards just stacks up your shrimp about how you're breeding. I mean, if you personally feel like, even if you didn't win the contest, but your shrimp are really good, it's a matter of just a few little points probably that separated the difference on there. This competition of, I got to win more awards than you or something like this, nah. You're in it for the wrong reason then. I mean, if you're more worried about how many awards you're going to win in a year and taking it that I need to win more awards than everybody else, then you're not in it for the right reasons. If you're a YouTuber or if you're in the public spotlight and stuff like this, it's here to promote. It's to get other people successful. That's me personally. I want everybody else to be successful like I was on this. No, it's okay, Eric. Sometimes I talk a little bit fast too, so it's like I type like you sometimes too, so you're completely fine. So, but I would like everybody that has won some type of award, the international one, the USA one, Dortmund, Chips, anybody that's out there, is promote the hobby with the younger group. Because if we do not have the younger group, the 9, 10s, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, entering contests or getting in the hobby, this hobby is going to die out really quickly. I was a board member of our local nonprofit club in Minnesota here. And when I got nominated, I specifically said, hey, you guys are a very stagnant group. I'm here going to shake things up, change things around. And I got nominated to the board, and I brought a lot of great ideas to the board, and I was able to bring other people on the board that I knew that had a lot of great ideas. But as time went by, they were not really stuck. They were stuck on the old ways of doing things that they didn't want to see change to happen. And that's where I was like, we all kind of stepped away from the group. It's a great group. It's a great group for a nonprofit, second oldest nonprofit. They're celebrating the 90 years this year. It's just, I wanted to see more, and I have a very high standard of what I like to see. Logan, enter the shrimp contest, Dallas. I'm telling you, you can take pictures of your shrimp and send them to me, and I'll tell you what to post out of there. Let's read some more messages are on there. Show the intention to bring all of those. The hobby winning. This should be the invitation to the courage. Oops, I got to read it over here. Sorry. Winning. I know I should be able to click and hold it on here. I don't know how to do that. So 1 second. Oh, remove. Cancel. I can't do. I don't know how to highlight it to show it up here. So I'm gonna have to ask Flip on that one. Joe, the intention is to bring others into the hobby. Winning should be an invitation to encourage. The idea of the Rookie of the Year is awesome. Egos get in the way. That's the thing, is like there is also a language barrier from Taiwan to here. They speak Mandarin, and Rookie of the Year could be offensive towards them, which I didn't mean it to be offensive. I just thought, I think of football, like Rookie of the Year, it's like one of the best awards out there. I kind of understand the Taiwanese guy's perspective, because as Taiwanese American in America and Taiwan, it's really hard to make money. Minimum wage is half the minimum wage. Yeah, and I agree with you, Jeff. It's I didn't mean it to be offensive. I thought it was going to be a great thing. If we do it, when we do the next international contest, maybe I won't call it Rookie of the Year. I apologize. I had only good intentions on it. I also came up with the MVP of the year, and that was towards a volunteer that spent a lot of time there with me. I am a very OCD when I set up tanks at the international contest. I kind of want to do it all by myself, because tanks got to measure so far apart, lights have to be up there, and I kind of can be a pain in the butt, but it worked out great. Let's see here. Yeah, it's like that, and and I did apologize to his translator that I didn't mean no offense to it, that that it was more of, it's his first time entering the contest in the USA, and he achieved a lot of points from it, so he became the Rookie of the Year. So, cheers on that one. But if there's anything else that you guys want to see or ask me, you can go ahead and do that. I know this one was kind of like not really planned out. I'm gonna probably do the lives after Flip on Wednesdays, and probably do one in the evening to get the evening people. I will be doing some lives when I go to Aquashella in Chicago. But we can get back on topic with the whole entire what it takes to plan out. It's tough, like as a vendor to a show. If you start having booths like the bigger ones, you start looking at a lot of they're unionized. So I did have one, Jeff. I did. So my buddy Robbie was my translator there, but it doesn't stop the fact that I gave him a Rookie of the Year award. So I did have a translator. Robbie Chan is a really good friend from Blue Crown Aquatics. He was kind of like my right-hand man there. Where's the shrimp contest? The shrimp contest was at Aquatic Experience. It was a couple of years ago. With COVID, we haven't had one yet. Aquatic Experience is done and over with now. They decided not to have another Aquatic Experience. It's unfortunate. It was really good. That's why I'm working with Rob and Sean to possibly have our international contest at Aquashella, and it would be in Chicago. Unfortunately, with COVID, I cannot get my international breeders to be able to come over here, because I have to give them invitations to come here from Taiwan for the contest. And unfortunately, with COVID, I cannot do that. So 2021 was out of the picture. And of course, when this all gets done, we'll have to sit down, because there's a lot more involved. We have Dennerley, we have JBJ, we have myself, Rob, and we also have Sean. It's a lot of people that we all have to sit down. We all have to agree upon the same thing to make a show really successful. I know I'm super anal with what I do because I want the best show possible. We have a lot of vendors that put in the Dennerley and the JBJ. They sponsor a lot for the show, so I need to make sure that they're 100% happy with the show. I need to make sure that the breeders are happy with the show, especially the international ones that are actually flying from Taiwan, from Germany, from wherever they come from to America for a show, to make sure that they're happy that they're here and they're happy with the contestants. I also got to find a international judge. I try and have 2 judges from America and 1 judge from overseas on this, and then I have to go over the rules of the judging. We judge at the International Shrimp Contest different than what the USA Shrimp Contest is. We go flat points versus a percentage. Versus an average. This is kind of how we always did it. And then with Chris Lukup not being with Dennerley anymore, how we're gonna go about this. We need some messages. Yeah, Jeff, that'd be awesome. Yeah, when we find out more, because I know it's got to take a lot of planning for the international contest, because we'll look for volunteers, because usually the volunteers for the shrimp contest are for the shrimp contest. It's one of those ones where when we have the contest, we want volunteers to be at the booth, and if people have questions about shrimp, how to breed shrimp, what's the difference on the shrimp, they're there to actually answer the questions for it, to promote more of the shrimp breeding and the shrimp hobby. Whereas, let's say you have volunteers for Aquashella, the volunteers for the whole entire show for Aquashella, and not for a specific type of booth. But it's something that we plan out, and then usually we have, so ideally, I would run it and then have an assistant that can deal with the volunteers and getting the schedules for them, and then of course they get entries into it, same as anybody that enters the contest. They can get a free entry in there. But going back to like the Aquatic Experience, when we did the International Shrimp Contest, we had sponsors. I mean, we took about the whole back convention center of the New Jersey show. It was just massive. but you had the union fees. So you had to ship your products to a warehouse. They weighed the products, they charged you per pallet, and they shipped it over to the convention center. And then the forklift driver, who's union, had to get paid to go undo it. And then you had to pay the electrician. There's so many costs that were involved with it, and you had to ship it back, that it's really hard for a vendor to actually have a booth at a unionized show, because it just costs so much. You know, if you have a company that has to pay $20,000 just in union fees to have it to be there at the show, you know, they have to sell a lot of stuff to make up that difference, or have their customers order stuff. Like JBJ, they were there to promote the stores that were there for them. Like Orlando. Orlando, I didn't have a booth, but Flip is one of my customers. I had Badfish as one of my customers. I had Eric Lucas as one of my customers. You know, I had people that were there as my customers that I was trying to promote them by helping them out. I helped Rob at his booth. I helped Eric Lucas at his. Badfish, I was helping Alexa there too. And sometimes I just can't do a lot of different stuff because it's not my show. Oh yeah, that New Jersey one was no joke, I'll tell you that right now. And I've been at the Schaumburg one. We had Aquatic Experience 2016, 2017 there. It was a great show. It was big. I like the convention center. I like the hotel that's attached to it. Yeah, Jeff, I'll tell you that. New Jersey was no joke, I'll tell you that. I mean, I love going out there, but it was no joke for the fees. Another thing is I quit smoking June 30th, so this will be my first convention smoke-free. Of course, you know, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I found out that Heineken Zero is really good. I like that one, so I'll drink a Heineken Zero. But this will be my first show without smoking. So, and I know how they want it is they want the fish tube booth, and they want to have the YouTubers around it that have a booth. So I got to see. I know I was going to talk to Flip, and he was going to talk to Sean about possibly having a booth there. I know I was planning to do booths in the future, but we'll see about this one. Otherwise, my plans is to kind of help out Flip, help out. How did I quit smoking? I'm gonna help out Eric and whoever else is going there. I did talk to Alexa from Badfish. She wants to come up, but unfortunately she can't find anybody to watch her store, so she can't come up. How I quit smoking is I use the patch. I went to, was it the 20 milligram or the 21 milligram patch? Slapped it on every 24 hours. You saw me, I was like over here like pushing and rubbing, trying to get that nicotine. And then I went down to the 14 milligram. I did that for 10 days, and I just haven't had one since. Went over to a really good friend of mine, Manny, from JBJ. He's like my brother from a different mother. He had a medical scare for his health. Fortunately, he's well, and it wasn't what they originally anticipated it. But he decided to quit smoking from this, and my thoughts were, you know, we both go to shows together, and it would be really selfish of me to keep smoking, and then we go to a show, and then I go outside to have a cigarette, and he keeps me company. He can get back into smoking, and vice versa. So he actually had, I think it was a week ahead of me. He went to Hawaii, and he quit smoking prior. So he had a week ahead of me on that one, and he had one slip up, which he called me and he told me, and I said, I forgive you just this once. Just this once, I forgive you. Because that'd be really awkward if I quit and he didn't, and we went to a show and he goes out smoking, and I'm like, oh wow. But I did need to quit it, you know, for myself too. I've quit before. I started dating someone that was a smoker and got back into it. But Murph, yeah, I mean, it's a health-wise, it saves money too. That's what you kind of look at. Minnesota, it's $10 a pack. I smoked a pack a day, $70 a week, you know. $280 a month. It adds up. So it's a car payment. But some more behind the scenes. I remember Aquatic Experience 2017. It was at the Schaumburg Hotel. After the show was over, they had a bar there, and we all took it over. We took it over. Every table was taken. We literally had people sitting on the floor out in the aisleway of the hotel. They were ordering pizza, sitting on the ground doing pizza. I mean, if you can stay at the hotel that the convention's at, man, the things you might see and the things you might hear, you'd be surprised. I mean, we take over everything, which is great because you got to book early, though. That's the biggest thing, is you have to book the hotel early. I was fortunate enough where I booked a room, and I know Eric Lucas wanted to share a room, so I put him on there too. And I know Michael Esposito, he also booked a room too. So our intentions were like all three of us could just share a room, get a rollaway and everything else. It's not a problem. But Michael wanted to make sure he got a room, so he put his name on there. So there might be a room available too. It's one of those things. If you just get a hold of Michael Esposito, he might have a room available. But he booked Thursday through checkout on Monday as well. When planning out your show preparations, do you at times overextend yourself, and what is the best way to prepare? I do. So I can speak for myself, and I can't speak for others, but let me explain my situation. So, aquatic experience, when I did the International Shrimp Contest, last year was the first year that I basically did it prepared by myself. Treese she had it originally, and then I was her assistant, and then she ended up quitting, and then I ended up taking it over. But it came to a point where it's like we have so much preparation. We had 9 months of preparation of planning with the marketing team, the Dennerley, the JBJ, how we're going to bring it in. We had to think about posters. We had to think about awards. And then we started launching then there's a website that I have to maintain about the entries. And instead of having 13 categories, I went down to, I can't remember, I think it was like 10 categories. So I try to make it simplified versus overcomplicated. So as people enter the contest, we had to put them on an Excel spreadsheet. I hate Excel. I hate spreadsheets. To a T, luckily, Paul, he did the spreadsheets, and Robbie likes doing spreadsheets too. They did it. They were like a godsend for me. And then we had to find volunteers that were out there. So luckily, I knew a few people that were already out there. Willie then volunteered. That was the MVP, was Willie. They reached out and they said, hey, we want to volunteer. So then we have to come up with a schedule for them. So the whole time while we're doing this, you got to keep in mind, at that time, I was part owner of New Wave Aquarium, which is a saltwater store. So then I had to do my regular tasks there. We had mate that someone was calling in. Went over, and then we had that preparation on there. So when we got out there, I went there early, and then Manny took me to go see the tour of New York City, which was great. And then it came down to the preparation, and I know a couple of the people from JBJ. They're like, hey, set up volunteers for this, Joe. Have the volunteers do it. You actually, set what needs to get done for the volunteers. And I'm like, no, I like doing it myself. So I basically had my palette from JBJ and started my tanks, which worked so much easier for me setting up the tanks all by myself, measuring it. And then Willie came, and I think he understood that I'm pretty OCD when I set up tanks. And I basically, gave him a task. But my problem is like when I give someone a task, I'm like this. I'm constantly looking over my shoulder, make sure it's done. Because at the end of the day, the show comes down to, it's like, if it goes bad, it came down on me. That's me mentality is if it goes bad, or if there's bad ideas, people are going to take it, like, oh, Joe did this. So I wanted it really good. And then it was all set up, and then I have to deal with the rest of the volunteers. I have to deal with the contestants coming in there. I had to deal with the crowd and our giveaways. We had the auction at the end. We had the collecting of the money, the returning the money back to the breeders if they sold their shrimp. It was a lot to do, and I found myself really stretched thin on it, but it works out in the long run. I'm kind of like used to high stress like that. What's nice about these Orlando shows is like, there's a lot on Rob's shoulders. There is a lot on Rob's shoulders, and I'm trying to help him out as much as possible because I know what it's like to get all these tasks at once, and it's hard to do it all at once. But if there's something I can do, Mr. Peanut Butter, I'm your jelly. That's kind of like a little thing. Him and I make a good sandwich. But I really wanted us to work well together. I know I've talked to him about some stuff, some ideas for the Texas show, and I know he's got to run it past Sean, and we got to talk more about it. But I would love to participate more. But what else has happened behind the scenes? Some of the conversations that were at the bar after scenes. I can't really say because, you know, it's YouTube. It's kind of like a family establishment type thing. But yeah, where is the Texas show? I have not been to the Texas show, but let me do this. I will look it up right now on my computer and tell you exactly where it is. And then we'll be able to go from there. So the Texas show is going to be Dallas, Texas, October 30th and 31st. It's going to be at the Dallas Market Hall. And if you go on the website, aquashella.com, you'll be able to find the Texas one. You can click on it, and it'll give you all the information on there, just like the one for Chicago's on there too. So that's always a great thing. But yeah, if you guys want to hear more in different topics, just please let me know. Put a message on here, put a comment, message me what you'd like to see this channel do. I know I talked to King Lee about going out to his new store. He's a new brick and mortar retail store in Minnesota here, kind of like I have. His is in Maplewood Mall, so I can go out there and I can look at his place and give you guys a little tour of it and see what kind of struggles that he had on it. But I definitely have planned way in advance because traffic sucks for me. But yeah, yeah, I'm telling you, Excel and I, no mas, no, I can't do it. I don't know the equations and stuff. I know JBJ, Manny asks me all the time to do like a spreadsheet and stuff. I will type you an email, I will text you. If I can do something off my phone, I'm a master whiz at that. When it comes to like the computer, it takes me forever. Like my PowerPoint that I give my talks, I literally did that off my phone. I did a PowerPoint off my phone. It looked really well. I'm not big on the whole computer thing. I want to sit down with Rob for like 3 hours and just be like, all right, I know you're doing this on YouTube and you're sharing your page, you're sharing this different screen over here on here. Show me how you do that. Same as the comments. You know, how can I click the comments to go over and get, highlight people's comments on here and stuff. That's where it's tough because it's like I don't even know what I'm doing on here, but I'm trying. That's the biggest thing is I'm trying. So like let me turn this camera a little bit. So I'm literally over here looking at my phone or looking at this flat laptop and I'm trying to like I just don't know how to do it. I can create a poll. I can do show your support for Joe That's Me. I can show some support for myself. Let me see if I go backwards on it. I think I'm logged in, so I'll be able to highlight it. Let's see. Let's go to my channel on this one. It's one of those. Okay, let me go to this live. I'll click on the live and see if I can be able to do this or not. There I am, all hairy beast of me. So let's see if I can do this. So I've never done this, so if you guys want to highlight stuff, that'd be kind of cool. I don't know how. I know I have to get a moderator at some point. I just don't know how to highlight stuff on here. So I'm trying to do the best I can. So like I said, if you guys know anything, help me out. So let's see here. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, but I think the Dallas show is going to be really awesome. Not the Dallas show, the Chicago show. Sorry, I'm kind of frantic on this already. Got people messaging me. The Chicago show is going to be really good. Rob's got a lot of great ideas that we're going to do. And you know, just the collaboration that we're going to end up doing is going to just be phenomenal. Um, I'm going to try after this to start planning the talks and what to talk about. I know I thought about this idea yesterday of talking about what it takes to plan a show. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of help, um, a lot of preparation in there too, because you have to make sure your products get there. You have to, like, I'm driving, so like I've already been, like, it's a week away. I'm like prepping, like, on leaves, putting me in bags. It's like today I'm gonna go over and grab the cholla wood and put those in bags too. I got to put my order in to get, you know, my shrimp here on time for bags, and then I have to be also respectful of the other people there at the show that have shrimp. You have Grant's there selling shrimp, Eric Lucas, you have Flip Aquatics. Everybody's there buying, you're selling shrimp, and we're all friends. So you don't want to be that person that goes to a show and just undercuts everybody on price just so you can sell shrimp. Because that's a good way. It's like, wow, you know, Joe, thanks a lot, or wow, thanks guys. But I know what I would bring. I also reached out to a couple of the breeders and said, hey, I'm going to be looking for Caradinas. Whatever you don't sell for Caradinas, just let me know. Give me a stupid price on it. I've been opening up tanks for this, so I can go over and bring a bunch shrimp home. So I literally have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 Caradina tanks open right now to go over and put fresh Caradina, some fresh blood in there. So that's what I want. So you have to do tons of preparation. You have to make sure it's there. And then when you drive there, you have, so like me, you know, if I leave on Wednesday, that means my shrimp will be in the bag Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, they're there for a long time, so I have to make sure I have to plan when they get fed. I'll definitely have to feed them ahead of time, put some Purigen in the bag for the ammonia, bring some extra bags with me too, to make sure this is all fine. And then the behind the scenes, okay, do you sell all of your different kinds of shrimp on your website? Yes, I do. And that's another thing too, is like, I do have a website, StrohShrimpShack.com. I try and do the best I can. I've put my products on the website. Unfortunately, I am a one-man band. I run the store by myself. I do the website by myself. Everything's by myself, to a point where if there's something that you want that I don't have, I always tell people, just message me. I can put a new ad on my website. But the shrimp are on there. I'm offering for the members now that they can offer, like the memberships. I have a few members that are in the, I think they're called the Shrimp Keepers, which is the first line, which is $3, I think it is $3 a month, and you get 10% off. You get the memberships too. And the next one is $6.99. You get 15% off anything on my website. And then you have the Shrimp Master. I think it's Shrimp Keep Master or Master Shrimp Breeder. That's $19.99. You get a free T-shirt. You get your orders. We're gonna do some VIP stuff. But what I'm offering is the members on our show is just not what I have on my website. Is I did a private tour of the store, and they would actually have access to everything that's in my store. So if there's something that I have in my store or future products, I am sponsored, so I get a lot of products that come out there. I can get them a sample of those products as well, and that's pretty. My website, some more products I have in the store. I just know it's one on the website, and everybody's like, oh, if you just did this and this, it goes back to doing a spreadsheet. Okay, I don't do spreadsheets. And the thing is, people say, well, hire someone. If I hire someone, I have to raise the prices, because then I have to pay their wages for the year too. Right now, the store pays for itself. I don't take any money from the store at all. All the money that I revenue back goes right back to the store, goes back to different shrimp. And then JBJ, I work for them, and you know, I promote their products. I call local fish stores for them, and I sell their products to the fish stores, and we're able to do it that way, and it works out quite well for us. You know, I do want to thank a lot of people for helping me in this industry. You know, from Jeff Lidberg, Jeff Holter, Tyler Volk, from Minnesota here, good friends of mine. When I started, they were there nonstop for me. along with, Flip Aquatics, Rob, Grant, Eric Lucas, Eric Martins, Chaz. I even talked to Therese before, Michael Esposito. A lot of these breeders that have been out there and people in the shrimp industry that were there to help people with all their talks. I know as years goes by, some people, dissipated out, like Disco Bee's no longer out there. So, that's Eric Martins. But then you had just local support, and then I had Chris Luke up. I had Gabby from Dennerley. Chris introduced me to Manny at the 2017 show, and him and I, man, we're like brothers by different mothers, man. He's been really supportive of me. He's came to Minnesota. He's gone to New York when I went there early and gave me a tour of the place. I'm thankful that JBJ and Dennerley sponsored me. I'm thankful that Bulk Reef sponsored me. Doug and Jen at New Wave, they sponsored me for that 1 year where I was ownership with them. They're still supportive. I talk to Doug at least every single week. All my customers are super supportive too that come into my store. I kind of want to have my store as like a hangout spot, not just, hey, come to the store and buy some product. It's more of a, hey guys, you want to come on and hang out? I'll barbecue on the weekend. I got a TV here, kids can watch TV. Hey, you just want to take a break for an hour, come here, chill. If you guys want to do some work, just don't mind me working. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to have a store that people can come to and feel like they're being treated with honesty, with, hey, you know what? I wanted to get something. He said no because it was a waste of money. It's the products I sell here is the products I use. And that's what's nice is that, my customers do appreciate that. Right now, I know times are starting to get tough for local fish stores with shipping prices, other companies buying out other companies. The shipping's what's killing everybody. A container prior to COVID was $7,500 to get a container from China to America here, and then during COVID it went up to $14,000, and recently went all the way up to $20,000. So when you have a container costing $20,000 for a wholesaler to bring in, of course they have to raise the price of the products because it's got to make up that difference of the cost. And then when that happens, then the stores have to raise the price, and a lot of times the end consumer will go over and say, hey, the store is trying to price gouge me, but they just don't realize the price is going up with the corona happening, and the shipping is just eating everybody up. Like I said, from $7,500 to $20,000, it's a big difference. I mean, I looked at like the API Master Test Kit. I was originally able to wholesale it for $17.49 and sell it for $24.99. That's what everybody was selling it at. Now I went to my wholesalers and I saw that they're wholesaling it for $24.99 and asking for the MSRP to be $35.99. That's a big difference. Wooden rocks. A lot of stores are going to start not being able to carry that much wooden rocks because, once again, if a container costs $20,000 to bring in and you put wood on there, the same as rocks, you can't go top to bottom, left to right, full of it. It's got to be a certain weight in there. And for like wood, it's going to be tough because you have to make up that cost. That means they have to raise the price on the wood. And this is going to happen with planning out shows. You got to look at the concept of, if JBJ was to go to a show, like an end consumer show, they don't sell anything to the end consumers, but they promote the stores that go there. And if costs of unions and shipping is up, is it profitable for these wholesalers, these sponsors, to go to shows, to promote these smaller stores? Their hopes is that they'll put a big order in to make it worth their while. I think as Corona goes by, it's more people are going to want to get out, and there's going to be more and more shows, which I hope, and I hope there's going to be more end consumer shows out there. I know Aquashella is doing great. Sean's doing great with his end consumer show. I know there's a new one in New Orleans that Eric was talking to me about. And I know there's other shows out there that have to do with dogs and cats and everything else. I'd like to see more end consumer shows that we can go out more. I would love to have another one in the Midwest. I think Minnesota would be a great place to have one, hint, if someone's trying to do a show. I'll help you there. I'll help you plan it. We do have a show here In Minnesota. It's sponsored by Minnesota Aquarium Society. It's done at Augsburg College. When I was on the board, we planned it to be at Augsburg College. It's a one-day show. Our turnout is phenomenal for it. Our vendors all, I think we have like 10 or 15 vendors that show up. I had Eric Lucas flying here. I was there. Aquatic Sports System, Brian was there. It was a great turnout. Tons of people showed up there for the one-day event. I would like to have a bigger event in Minnesota. Like, I haven't even had my grand opening. I opened up the store during the pandemic. I haven't even had my grand opening. And I was just talking to Doug because they haven't done their birthday one. Trying to plan something to do something where it's like, hey, guess what? I have my grand opening. It's been 2 years, but that's what happens in the pandemic. I couldn't do anything. I originally wanted to have barbecues and have people there. I mean, if someone's watching Minnesota, if you want to help me plan a grand opening, it'd be cool because I can get all the other vendors to participate with it too. Have like a little get together, put a bunch of awnings outside, and get a barbecue. Oh, I'd love to have a barbecue. I'm a fatty like that. I like food. But yeah, it would be great on that one. Let's see here. So my time is kind of running up. So let me just make sure I got all the messages on here. So yeah, my website is joeshrimpshack.com. I know that Logan was looking at that one right there. But if you guys come out to the Chicago show, please stop by. Just come say hi. I'll sign an autograph for you guys. I'll answer all your questions. But yeah, just let me know if you guys want to see anything else for next week. Sorry for being late today. Not being really that prepared on this one. It's a tough topic to talk about. And I got these stupid gnats. I had these flowers in the store, and all of a sudden they got these gnats and stuff like this, and they're just bugging me. So guys, I will catch you on the other side. I will see you next week. I will be doing another live Wednesday after Flip on that one. It's probably more about the show. So anything else, just let me know, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Lots of love.